And as we check in with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Heggen, I mean, that fire danger seems to just be growing and growing with it's drier and drier every year.
Yeah, fortunately, we're not as bad off this year as we were 12 months ago in terms of either the fire fuel dryness or the drought conditions, but it's still far from good. And already today, we had a few small fires that popped up in Solano County. Even warmer temperatures are in store for us tomorrow. High pressure and control of our weather pressing down on us, but this next storm system moving towards the Pacific Northwest is going to crack our mini heat wave with a stronger onshore breeze, dropping temperatures significantly by Thursday. And there's some hint in some of the data that maybe the tail end of the system might try to send a couple of showers into the North Bay by Friday. It is a slim chance, 20%, and even that is rounding up a little bit. This is even a trace of rainfall. We'll take what we can get, but these are not going to be big rainmakers. It goes every other day with this parade of storm systems just missing us to the north. Friday, then again Sunday, then again on Tuesday. The best chance of some passing sprinkles is going to be north of the Golden Gate. It's not going to be substantial enough to wash any pollen out of the atmosphere. There were some signs of optimism in the pollen forecast yesterday. Those have now vanished. We're going to be in the medium category tomorrow, but it's back to medium high Thursday and Friday, and with gusty winds over the weekend. In the high category on Saturday, oak, ash, and grass pollen are the top three. Temperatures did warm up significantly today, including downtown San Francisco, almost 70 degrees, into the low 70s for Fremont, almost 80 in San Jose, into the 80s for Concord and Napa, but only 59 degrees in Pacifica. The onshore wind, though, did kick back in, and that means temperatures dropped quite a bit from those daytime highs around the bay and along the coast. It's 24-mile-an-hour sustained wind right now at SFO for the windy spot. Otherwise, the sustained winds are in the 10 to 15-mile-an-hour range, which is pretty normal for early May. Temperatures right now, again, the drop back into the upper 50s in Half Moon Bay, just a couple degrees cooler than where you topped out. 60s around the bay with mostly 70s inland, but 81 in Concord and Livermore and 85 degrees still in Fairfield. That balance between the temperatures trying to warm up for the first half of the day and then the onshore breeze dropping our temperatures back, that's going to be the same pattern that we repeat again tomorrow. We're going to see some patchy fog to begin the day, but I don't think that's going to slow down the warm up a whole lot. You can see that fog spilling out inside the bay, but it's going to be a pretty shallow layer of fog. Shouldn't take too long to dissipate. It's already gone by about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. Along the coast, it might hang out just a little bit longer. Low temperatures are going to start off right around 50 degrees in most locations, which is normal for this time of year. But high temperatures are going to be well above average, 5 to 10 degrees above normal around the bay, depending on how that onshore breeze behaves, 10 to 15 degrees above average farther inland, well into the 80s for both San Jose and Concord. Along the coast, you're not going to warm up as much. There is going to be an onshore breeze weak, but still onshore to start the day, so your temperatures do manage to climb up into the low 60s, but no farther than that. Around 80 down the peninsula and around the south end of the bay, in the mid to upper 80s in the Santa Clara Valley. 85 for San Jose, 87 for Los Gatos and Morgan Hill, mid to upper 80s for inland parts of the East Bay until you go east of the Diablo Range. 90 degrees. Those are the hot spots, Fairfield, Antioch, and Brentwood by Wednesday afternoon. High temperatures around the bay, above normal, just not quite that warm. Up to 70 degrees in San Francisco, 76 in Oakland, but again, that depends on the onshore breeze. Right now, we're forecasting that onshore breeze kind of takes control again by about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If that happens an hour or two later, temperatures could reach the mid-70s in the city. If it happens an hour or two earlier, we're going to be stuck in the mid-60s for high temperatures. Everything kind of depends on exactly when that onshore breeze returns. It's the toughest thing to forecast around here. Farther north, temperatures are going to reach the low to mid-80s in the North Bay and well into the 80s for northern Sonoma and Napa counties up into inland Mendocino County and Lake County as well. Temperatures do drop quite a bit from Wednesday to Thursday, 5 or 6 degrees around the bay, closer to a 10-degree drop farther inland, puts us a lot closer to normal high temperatures by Thursday and Friday. And the cool down continues, especially for Sunday. Most of us are just going to see passing clouds with this parade of storm systems Friday and again Sunday and then again by Tuesday. But there's a chance for a couple of showers north of the Golden Gate and right along the coast Friday and Sunday. Maybe we'll have to add one of those shower icons to the forecast on Tuesday as well. But in terms of substantial rain for the Bay Area, we don't have any of that in the 7-day forecast. We will take a look at tomorrow's dog walking forecast. We had a cute puppy picture coming up at 6 o'clock.